right?
Kitley is off to a terrific start. First team All-ACC performer last year, and the Hokies coming out in throwback white uniforms today. They have an old logo on them as well. The Tennessee in their familiar orange.
Tennessee going to start out in this man-to-man. Come out and be aggressive, and wow, that's got to be a good sign already. Aisha Sheppard has started slow the last couple of ball games offensively.
And you look at the starting lineup, Baines in playing at the 4 spot for Lytle. There's a little bit of a flex position so far for the Hokies, and Kitley comes down with her first rebound. And as you take a look at the starting lineup for Tennessee, yes, they are still playing without Ray Burrell, who was hurt in the very first game. This is the 7th straight game that she has missed. Has a knee injury. It is not an ACL injury at least, but still no timetable for her return as Tennessee turns it over. And there is Ray Burrell. Gosh, we'd love to see her out on the floor. First team All-SEC performer last season.
Tennessee is a team that really struggled on the offensive end, finding an identity with no Ray Burrell on the floor. In the last few games, they begin to find it.
Last 5 games, they're averaging about 75 points per game, starting to hit their stride. Aisha Sheppard coming back, taking advantage of the COVID year after weighing her options to go pro after last season. Playing in front of fans again at home. Georgia Amor, number 5, is the Australian point guard for the Hokies. Kayla George has mad range. Had to get that one up because the shot clock was expiring and it almost went in. Kayla King, excuse me. Touched on this in the open. Strength against strength, Steph, and there you see the numbers bear it out.
Well, Virginia Tech is an outstanding three-point shooting team, and to have 4 three-point shooters on the floor around Elizabeth Kitley makes it a tough guard. And Kelly Harper wasn't shy about telling us this is not a great matchup for us, and it really is going to be a challenge for them defensively to defend all 5 positions.
Yes, very concerned, as you said, about that, not just having Kitley inside and the players who could put it up. They average 10 made threes per game. That is not one of the Lady Vols' strengths. They only average about 3 made threes a game. And now Horston heads to the free throw line after she was fouled by King. And you mentioned Kelly Harper, now in her 3rd season in charge at her alma mater, Tennessee, the 4th team she has taken to the NCAA tournament. Did that last season. Coach of the year a couple of years ago, and so she's really thinking that her program is getting on track now. She's getting some players in, relying some on some grad transfers, and getting some good recruits in as well to try to rebuild this program. Anymore almost threw it away. Looking inside to Kitley. And there you see the matchup. Key, number 20 in orange, all over Kitley. Baseline jumper. Off the mark, and the rebound taken down by Key.
What's interesting about the way that Key is defending Kitley, you saw her fronting her on the post. Typically, we see Tamari Key playing behind, using her length to block shots.
That is Alexis Dye. The grad transfers that we referenced, played last year. And her career, I should say, with Troy, and now finishing it out with the Lady Vols. Jordan Walker, a starter, is a transfer from Western Michigan as well. Sheppard. Sheppard now with a couple.
And so good at stretching the defense. You see her get a catch and shoot for her first 3 and then coming off of the on-ball screen. Kenny Brooks talked about the fact that she has struggled shooting the basketball the last couple of games, and they really have made an effort to go at her early.
And then answering with the 3 for Tennessee, it's Jordan Walker. Western Michigan transfer that we just referenced. They're the 6 points for Tech, courtesy of Sheppard's 2 threes. Here's Kitley. First time we've really seen this matchup, and she got it swatted by Key. Had to step back, and Key still was able to get a hand on it. Both of them are premier shot blockers. That was sort of an iffy drive by Horston. Horston, the reigning SEC Player of the Week for the Lady Vols. coming off a successful tournament in Las Vegas. Amor, nope, tried to bounce it in, and Key was right there.
You got to take that down. 1 or 2 more dribbles, get a better angle to get it inside. If you can make that pass, get that in there, Kitley's got a wide open layup.
Yep, Kitley certainly had position. Still waiting for Kitley to get her first shot of the game. Actually, she has one part, made that fadeaway jumper, first paint shot, I should say, and that's just pretty for Dye.
Alexis Dye is so good in the mid-range, and she's a player for Tennessee that I think as she continues to get more comfortable in the system, we're going to see some offensive explosion.
And that's what Kelly Harper is saying, too, that she has some players that are still getting used to it. The transfers, a couple of freshmen, and that's a 3-second violation. Gives the ball back over to Tennessee. Kenny Brooks has been with this university for 20 years, 6 years now as the women's head coach, and took them to the NCAA tournament last year, had great success at JMU as they got into the NCAA tournament for the first time in a very long time. Would have made it last year had it not been for COVID. We didn't know that, I should say. Brooks very excited about the prospectus for his team this year, and I think he is the president of the Liz Kitley fan club as well.
I think you're right. He talks about Liz Kitley, smartest player he's ever coached, and he's coached a lot of really great players. Really a student of the game, somebody who really analyzes every aspect, wants to be better. And look, that's one of those three-point shooting opportunities for Elizabeth Kitley. If Tamari Key's going to stand in the paint, he wants her to shoot it not just because he thinks she can make it, but also to be respected from the three-point line, to make defenders know that you can shoot that.
Yeah, we certainly could shake up the defense a little bit. First sub as King goes out.
Virginia Tech likes to run a lot of that diagonal screen action for Kitley, and when the defender can wait in the paint, it makes it easy for them to get around that screen. If she has to respect the three-point shot, she'll be up higher. Kitley can get loose.
On a trail of the Purdue transfer, number 23 in white, checking in for the Hokies for the first time. Rebounding so big. Tennessee, a very good offensive rebounding team in particular. Coach Brooks didn't want to give up any second chances. All right, Kitley, that's not a walk. Well, it was a missed shot. Good defense by Key, forcing her off her rhythm. And a long three. Tips off the side of the rim by the freshman Tess Darby, who started every game. And look at Aisha Sheppard. She's not just a shooter. Aisha Sheppard coming up with a big-time block. She's also got all 6 of Tech's points. We have a timeout. ACC Network Basketball is presented by Food Lion, the official grocer of the ACC. And that's a look at the Virginia Tech Hokies when they took a trip down to Puerto Rico. Got to play in a tournament there earlier this year where they lost to Missouri State, their only loss of the year, and then beat Tennessee Martin. Did you ever go to someplace warm when you were at Purdue?
No, we did not.
Oh my goodness.
Purdue. No. We didn't have these fun trips like this then.
They just froze in West Lafayette. Hey, Tennessee's on a 7-0 run now. Tech stuck on 6. The 2 Aisha Sheppard three-pointers. Elizabeth Kitley having trouble getting some space underneath. You see her way out at the top of the circle.
Virginia Tech trying to get her the ball off the move, bring her out, and then cut her to the basket.
Kitley with her shot off the rim, but there is a foul. We have a women's and men's doubleheader for you on Friday. Alyssa Cunane and number 2 NC State are in Pittsburgh to take on the Panthers at 6 Eastern. Follow that up with men's action. DePaul at Louisville. Both games right here on the ACC Network. ESPN app. One tap. Alyssa Cunane is one talented human being.
Oh, she sure is. She's one of those players who can just dominate a game. A joy to be around. I was fortunate to cover their game against Florida earlier this year. She was a lot of fun.
Yeah. One of her nicknames is Big Smile. She has a big smile almost all the time. Very nice kid. ACC Player of the Year. Virginia Tech has not scored now in almost 4 minutes. Tennessee with the basketball. to go to 8-0 on the season. So Tuckett, one of the freshmen in. Shot clock dying. I don't think they've recognized it. And Tennessee is unable to run down the board. Sorry, Steph.
One side of the floor, the whole possession for Tennessee. Really didn't get a lot of good ball movement. Virginia Tech fortunate that ball went out of bounds. One of Kenny Brooks' concerns was the defensive boards. We have to keep Tennessee from getting second and third chance opportunities.
Tennessee's rebounding numbers are eye-popping this season. 4 straight games with at least 50 rebounds. And Lytle, coming off the bench today, breaks the drought. Lytle spent the last 3 years at Liberty, and now Virginia Tech bench gets up as Kitley. Kitley smiles as she gets in a little bit of a scrum to hang on to the ball.
Kenny Brooks telling us about Lytle. She was a thorn in my side every time we played them at Liberty. She averaged over 15 points a game in those 3 matchups.
She said that she admired the way when they played Virginia Tech beat Liberty all 3 times, liked their style of play and decided to go there. And there's a turnover forced by Wynn. Amore now with 3 turnovers.
Slice stagger screen action coming for Tennessee. Trying to get a touch.
And that's a travel. Tuckett shuffled her feet. Jill Vasily, Karen Prieto, and Billy Smith are officials this afternoon in Blacksburg. Jordan Horston, good look at her. She's the reigning SEC Player of the Week. Was the most outstanding player of a tournament that they had in Las Vegas.
Right now for both teams a little bit stagnant. Tennessee is going to get after you on the defensive end. They're going to use their length. Virginia Tech needs to get the ball side to side. That's a good attack right there.
Yeah, who's doing it?
They told us, Aisha Sheppard, that Kenny Brooks told us, look, she's a great 3-point shooter, but we need her to take the ball off the bounce a little bit more. We need her to be more aggressive to the rim. She's an experienced player. She understands. Good job of attacking right there and getting her opportunity at the foul line.
Sheppard is Tech's first 2-time first-team All-ACC performer and was thinking about going pro last year. And free throws have not been a strength for either team, as you see from those graphics. Sheppard, though, and the coaches say a lot of times you're just getting the wrong players to the free throw line. Sheppard, a really good free throw shooter. Boy, Elizabeth Kitley has really struggled there, but both Tennessee and Virginia Tech are near the bottom in the entire nation in free throw percentage.
It was one of those things that it can get in your head. Once you start missing some, then it can become contagious. But so critical. We see so many ball games that are decided at the end of the ball game by missed free throws.
Yeah, Kitley hitting just 37% from the line this season. Off-balance shot by Dye. There's an offensive rebound.
Tennessee's size and quickness to the rim is a problem. You have an opportunity to keep them from scoring. It was great defense by Sheppard getting out in transition again. So quick.
Sheppard show, huh? So for Virginia Tech, she's got a block shot. That steal in the stick. He's already into double figures, and Tennessee has not held on to the ball this year.
Yeah, really struggled.
Yeah, those are SEC ranks, by the way.
Really struggled at times to take care of the ball, and that's part of that not being in a rhythm early offensively. No Ray Burrell on the floor. Sometimes the ball gets stuck. Really trying to figure out that identity. Been much better over these last 3 games, but still a point of emphasis.
Harper, who was Kelly Jolly when she played for Tennessee. For the great Pat Summit. Virginia Tech right now on a 7-0 run to take the lead. There's Kitley again, way outside. Oh, didn't shoot it again, Steph.
I know, she's going to have to take one of those, but you want to give it to the hot hand. Aisha Sheppard. I mean, look, she's coming off a game at Wisconsin where she was 2 for 8 from the floor for 5 points, 1 for 9 against UT Martin. It was a matter of time before she got hot.
And she has done just that. She already has 13 points, including 3 threes, as you see. And Tech, as we hit a minute to go in the first quarter, up by 7. 10-0 Virginia Tech. Run is snapped with the 3.
Jordan Walker again, she only averages 6 points. She's got 6 already. Tennessee's going to have to look to get Jordan Worston involved once she gets back on the floor. Out off the floor, of foul trouble right now. Who's going to be the offense if Jordan Worston is not on the floor?
That miss goes awry, and the ball goes back to the Hokies. Virginia Tech 4 of 8 from 3 already just in this quarter. Again, they average 10 makes per game from distance. Virginia Tech can all but kill this quarter with this possession. Taylor and running the point. Sheppard gets it into Kitley. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Turn around. And Liz Kitley is held scoreless in that first quarter.
Said to us was she hasn't played very well the last couple of games. She hasn't felt very well the last couple of games. But Aisha Sheppard making it a point to be aggressive early this afternoon.
And you see what Asia has done, 4 of 5. The rest of her teammates have combined 1 for 8. But still with a 4-point lead over Tennessee, who relied heavily on Jordan Walker. She has done most of their offensive work. Pam Ward along with Stephanie White. And it's Tennessee, unbeaten at number 11 in the country. This is an intriguing matchup in December between these two schools. And how about the players we highlighted at the beginning of the game? Key and Kitley have exactly 0 points between them. Amor hits the jumper. Amor, all ACC performer last season. And freshman team. On the point for this club. Tennessee trying to get it inside. With the little move.
Sarah Puckett is one of those players who is really good from the three-point line, can stretch the defense. I like the way that Kelly Harper is using her now, a little bit more on the low block, using that versatility. She's got great size at 6'2", great strength as a young player coming into the SEC.
Drive, Kitley able to come away with it. Taylor, nice bounce pass, but a layup not successful.
Got to finish those, and that is another way you can get Liz Kitley some easy opportunities to drive, force a rotation, drop it down to her.
Foul called against the Hokies. We remind you that we have a full day of basketball for you Saturday. First game at noon Eastern. We'll have Clemson and Syracuse at 6 Eastern on a Saturday game. The men's basketball, Elon and North Carolina at 8 Eastern, all coming up on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. That is women's basketball and men's basketball doubleheader.
How about Jordan Walker? She's been the offense for Tennessee.
Walker now 4 for 5 from the floor. That last foul, by the way, was on Kayla King, her second for the Hokies. Sheppard trying so desperately to get it into Kitley. Results in the turnover. A nice spot up 3. Well off the mark for Brooklyn Miles, one of the freshmen for Tennessee, but an offensive rebound, and they make the Hokies pay, drawing the foul on Kitley. Kitley 0 for 4, does have a couple of rebounds in this game. As check that, the foul was not on Kitley, it is on Baines. Now she has a couple, so 2 on Baines and 2 on King for the Hokies. referenced the rebounding earlier, 49 per game, second in all of Division I. You see all among the upper echelon in rebounding. There's always been an emphasis. Doesn't every coach emphasize rebounding? They always ask for their keys.
That's right.
One of them is rebounding.
This is a Tennessee team that has great length, great size, can dominate on the boards.
Quickly off balance. Key doing a good job defensively.
And got Key running in transition. Mister.
Big girls don't like it when you don't hit them in transition.
No, they don't.
Rebecca Lobo told me. Tall person 101. If they run the floor, give them the ball. A little bit of space, boy. That is all that was needed for Puckett.
Now Sarah Puckett doesn't need a lot of space. Gets that shot off quickly. Virginia Tech right now really trying to get the ball into Kitley, but she's getting where she's having to go just one-on-one and make a move against Tamari Key. And one of the things that Kenny Brooks told us was she's a lot more finesse this year, so trying to get her some touches a little bit away from the rim, a little bit of shot fake opportunities away from the rim and then attack. And Sarah Puckett, you go under her, she's going to pull it all day long, playing with a lot of confidence right now.
And that last foul was on Tamari Key, just her first. She heads to the bench to take a breather. Tennessee on a 7-0 run to take this 19-18 lead. Shot outside by Amor is no good, and no second chance. So, okay, Key's out of the game, so maybe Virginia Tech should look towards Kitley next time down the floor.
They got to give her some touches. Tennessee coming with Emily Saunders, who has not gotten a lot of playing time, but she does have a 6'5" frame. The banked-in three is good. But she does have a lot of size inside, but not the experience that Tamari Key has. So right now, if you're Virginia Tech, you want to get Kitley touches early and touches often.
It's just Sarah Puckett, 6-3 of the game. It's a 10-0 Tennessee run.
Diagonal's coming, but you got to really set that screen.
Well, that's two straight jumpers now taken by Tech with Key out of the game. Kitley not even touching the ball. Puckett, somewhat of a hot hand, takes the drive. Chancey shot, and then Kitley is able to get in Saunders' grill and is fouled on the other end by Puckett. Two on the freshman, Sarah Puckett, Gatorade Player of the Year, State of Alabama last year. Alexis Dye coming back in. Tennessee, a deeper team than Virginia Tech. The Hokies only have 10 players on their roster this season. That's Key in green. That transfer from Liberty last year, whose season was cut short because of injury with the Lady Vols.
There's the diagonal on the other side of the floor. Really not giving that a chance to develop. If Amor holds that for another beat, give Kitley a chance to get position.
Finally, they get it into her, working on Saunders, and it works, Steph.
It does. And you know what? Kitley does a really good job, too, of posting for the second pass, looking at the high-low. And it's different, the entry passes versus Saunders than Tamari Key. They can get it in there a little cleaner. She's going to be able to go to work.
Kitley's first bucket, missed her first five, all with Key on the floor. Now working against Saunders. That pulls to within two. Aisha Sheppard's been quiet after a very noisy first half. Number two.
Double stagger.
Working on Saunders. Little fade away. In and out. And then the foul after the missed shot. Tennessee with a nice run to take a 2-point lead over Tech. ACC Network Basketball is presented by Food Lion. How do you get that through security? That's a Virginia Tech fan. His team trailing Tennessee 22-20. Virginia Tech had a 6-point lead. Since then, it's a 10-2 Tennessee run, and we expected this huge matchup. But this is what Key and Kitley have done during the regular season. Sort of a different story in this game, though.
Tamari Key has 2 blocks, so halfway to her average. And I think for Virginia Tech, you got to think about easy ways to get Kitley the basketball. Right now, she's trying to score one-on-one against Key and shooting a lot of fadeaways. Screening has to be better. Timing has to be better, and she's got to face up and at least look at the rim when she's got it out there at the 3-point line.
Kitley has 2 points. Key just 1. She is 0 for 2 from the floor, and there is a long charge by Lytle.
Our Liberty teammates going at it one-on-one.
That's it.
Lytle does a good job of getting in position. She said, I went at you every day in practice. I know what you bring. Took the charge.
Green called for that personal foul. Tech has missed 6 of their last 7 field goals.
The keys for Virginia Tech is pace and space on the offensive end of the floor, and they haven't quite had the pace. The ball hasn't moved side to side. There have been quick shots.
And Lytle, when they were teammates, did some damage down there for Liberty. Some great seasons. Going to the NCAA tournament. And with the miss, rebound, and then a foul against Virginia Tech.
That's going to be on Aisha Sheppard on the ground when Alexis Dye came down with it.
Miles back in the game for the Lady Vols, as is Kayla King, who's one of their 3-point specialists. Virginia Tech has hit 4 threes, but cooling off from distance here in the second quarter. In fact, Aisha Sheppard hasn't scored in this quarter since hitting 13 in the first. Key back in the game and takes it right over Kitley.
Mari Key's such a good offensive rebounder. She always knows where to be from a positioning standpoint. Doesn't go over the back, goes straight up. Here, Elizabeth Kitley, you really have to push her back. Physical down low.
Foul out in front.
Jordan Walker with the drive, didn't get it to go, and Tamari Key goes straight up and is able to get the offensive rebound opportunity.
Tamari Key with her second triple-double of her career earlier this season. Did that in a great win against Texas.
And the only Lady Vol to register more than 1. That surprised me.
Yes.
That stat surprised me.
Amor, Key definitely bothered that shot. And Virginia Tech gets a rare offensive rebound. Amor this time fires up the 3 over Key.
That length and contest is helpful out on the perimeter. Get you a little bit of lift on that shot.
Georgia Amor getting Tech to within 1. No scoring game in Blacksburg. And that's steps taken. Ball over to Virginia Tech. And we talk about the triple doubles for the Lady Vols, and the Key is the only one with more than 1. Jordan Reynolds, Shakina Strickland, Sheila Collins have triple doubles. You know who didn't have a triple double? Shamika Holzlaw didn't have a triple double at Tennessee. Think about it.
That's a surprise.
Catchings? Yeah.
That's right.
I was really surprised.
They're pretty good.
I think they had some careers. I was really surprised Holzlaw wasn't on that list.
Oh, you had to drop past to Kitley right there. That's one way that you can give her some easy looks on the drive.
And instead, kicking it outside for the shot that was missed by Lytle. But the ball stays momentarily with Tech.
Deanna Traylor is one of those players who can create off the bounce. She's really good at attacking. And if Virginia Tech can get some looks like that, you attack off the bounce, you get 2 feet in the paint. Tamari Key is coming to help every time. So not only do you have a bounce pass opportunity for Kitley, but you open it up out of rotation for offensive rebounds.
And Traylor with some athleticism that Coach Brooks said they missed last year, adding that extra dimension this season for the Hokies, who give the ball up. Foul after the turnover.
Lytle looking to attack, and Alexis Dye does a good job of just getting a hand on it. Scrambled for the loose ball and the foul on Lytle.
Lytle just kind of lost control of the basketball, and then, as you mentioned, the foul followed. That's 2 now on her. And Tennessee in the bonus. And then Alexis Dye to the free throw line. Last year at Troy, she had 23. We talked about triple doubles. How about 23 double doubles for Dye last year at Troy? That led the entire nation. Offensive board. Second chance for the Vols.
That's infuriating as a coach, giving up offensive rebounds off of free throws.
Long three. Goes to the bottom of the bucket for Walker.
Jordan Walker has been extremely capable in this first half and showing that she's capable of being a scorer. Jordan Worston on the bench in foul trouble. Hasn't been in the ballgame. Jordan Walker has taken over with 13 points.
She's hit all 3 of her threes. Meanwhile, a lot of one-and-dones for the Hokies.
It's important for Tennessee to find some consistent scoring outside of Jordan Worston and Alexis Dye. Who's that going to be? Amari Key is starting to emerge. But who else? Who else can consistently put points on the board?
So far in this game, the answer is Jordan Walker leading everybody with 13. Sheppard stuck on 13. She had all of them in the first 10 minutes. King gets the rebound. Virginia Tech trying to push it. Yes, Amor found a little lane and took it.
Man, that was a great change of pace. Amor started down, slow, controlled, and just exploded, accelerated past the defender.
Just when you thought she might hang on to it to try to get the last shot of the quarter, she took it into an extra gear. Hitley grabs the loose ball, but not enough time for Tech to do anything with it. Tennessee takes a 27-25 lead. Just a 25, pretty good for what they want to do.
Exactly. This is exactly the other day was that we need to be free-flowing and get to our spaces in our offense. Tennessee is disruptive. They're physical. We can't allow that physicality to push us off of our space. And it did in the first half. So probably want to get back to that, get back to getting Kitley some easy looks. And remember, he told us she needs to take 2 threes in this ball game.
Yep.
So I'll bet she's looking at the rim for a three-point line.
Yeah, she's taken 0 and hasn't even really looked at the rim. Nair's Key right away, going right at Kitley, and so take away the bucket.
Traveling is a point of emphasis this season in women's college basketball, especially in the post, before and after the dribble. We see a lot of feet being shuffled.
That's the 11th turnover for Tennessee in this game. Kitley takes one, not from 3, but at least from the outside, skips off the rim.
Well, that's one adjustment right away that Virginia Tech's going to make. Use her in the on-ball screen. In the first half, we saw so many off-ball screens trying to bring her to the ball.
Tennessee unbeaten on the season. Horston, who you mentioned, had foul trouble, limited in minutes in the first half. Offensive rebound times 2. Wow, how did Key save that? She did, and it resulted in the bucket.
I'll tell you what, this is a Tennessee team that really does pursue the offensive board. In the past, there have been teams that have gotten offensive rebounds that come to them, but to see Tamari Key lay out, pursue the offensive rebound is huge.
Dye hit the shot, but how about Georgia Amor? We saw her with a terrific change of pace play late in the second quarter, and that scores on that toughie. Around off the mark, Kayla King able to come up with the rebound. Also played with a couple of fouls in that first half. Here's Sheppard. Her first 3 of the second half. Much like what we saw in the first quarter.
The sidestep, got a little bit of space. You got to run her off of the three-point line. She is the career leader at Virginia Tech and made three-point field goals. You know she's going to pull it if she has any space.
And about 12 minutes without scoring. You see that today she's already equaled the scoring from the last 3 games, have been playing under the weather in a couple of them. And Sheppard leading the way, and now Tech has taken the lead back. Aisha Sheppard off the bounce. Pass looks like Baines wasn't ready for it. Baines getting the start today at the power forward position, and Key just blocked that as casually as if she was
Sure did, didn't she?
Casually like eating a burger or something. There's nothing to it.
Well, Sheppard, just a little sidestep. Doesn't need a lot of time or space off of the on-ball screen.
Another outside shot. Worston getting control, and the ball goes back over to the Hokies.
Jordan Worston, after sitting so much of that first half, is really going to have to establish a rhythm early. Get herself involved in this ball game. And you can see just not clean in the handle in that possession.
Points, averaging just under 18, was the SEC Player of the Week. And Sheppard gets into a little bit of trouble, but a nice cut by Baines.
Moving without the ball, getting easy opportunities. If Virginia Tech can get some easy looks in the paint for other people that are not Elizabeth Kitley, it's going to force Tamari Key to rotate. Kitley just needs a little bit of space.
Pardon me, Baines coming off a double-double and a win at Wisconsin in Tech's last game. And the run is ended. Alexis Dye getting the bucket. And putting the ball on the floor, and then the double comes, boy.
She's coming every time. She's coming every time. You have to know that when you're driving in there. You have to have an eye on who you can deliver the ball to. Great job defensively, taking the charge by Kayla King. Tennessee is so good in their initial rotation. And Azana Baines gets by Dye, and Tamari Key comes right over and suffocates that. And that's one of those possessions. Yeah, that's one of those possessions. If you're Liz Kitley and you see that rotation, you have to make yourself available. Make yourself available to the passer or position yourself to get the offensive rebound put back.
5 blocks now for Key, averaging 4 per game, one of the best in the nation. Sheppard left open! She is the best three-point shooter in the history of this program.
Baseline drive and drift. You got to be on Sheppard. You got to find where she is.
That is her 5th three of the afternoon.
I mean, what a good look. Amore right there. You see where her eyes were? Her eyes were on Kitley. Kitley was covered in that rotation, and then she found Sheppard. I mean, that's a great point guard, high IQ, know what you're looking at, but also know where everyone else is supposed to be on the floor.
Amore, the point guard, just a sophomore out of Australia, has not been home in almost 2 years, enrolled in January of 2020 at Virginia Tech, and then COVID hit, was not able to go home, and was fixing to go home, but then Australia had a lockdown recently. Her parents are going to come visit in a couple of weeks for Christmas, which is good news. That's going to be tough for a kid, not just far from home, Australia, on the other side of the world.
Right, as a young player to come in and to be gone for that long. You see her numbers right there, second in the ACC in assists per game. It's tough, and Kenny Brooks talked to us about the fact that it's been tough for her, and he's very happy that her parents are going to come and visit. This is also a kid who's an impact player. Right, she's been an impact player for Virginia Tech since the day she stepped foot on campus. And there's Kitley taking one of those threes.
Halfway to the goal, but Kenny Brooks having her take 2, but she is ice cold, 1 of 10 now from the floor. Still playing some defense.
But taking that shot, she doesn't have to make that shot. But if she takes that shot, it forces the defense to be aware of that. As we see her defensively getting a hand on the ball. But if you're a defender, you react, right? You're reacting. And if you see somebody go up to shoot, your initial reacting is going to be to close out. It's going to be to recover, to come out. Maybe that can create a little bit of space on the next time when she passes it and cuts.
Off-balance shot, nicely done by Dye.
Alexis Dye makes it look so easy. Her length, her ability to elevate above defenders. I think she's a player for Tennessee that has to be a little bit more offensive-minded for them.
Harper said she'd like to see her especially put the ball on the floor and put the ball in the hands of Aisha Sheppard. That's 3 threes in this quarter.
I think that's about 3 threes that she's gotten off of that play, where Kitley gets the ball up front, she's going to be open. Key is sitting in the paint. She's not guarding Kitley out there at the three-point line. So when you execute that, you're going to get that look all day long.
Aisha Sheppard with 22. 3 off her season high, set against Davidson a few games ago. That's well off the mark. Kitley had it slapped away momentarily. Held ball. Aisha Sheppard on fire again.
6 threes. We said it. She doesn't need a lot of time. She doesn't need a lot of space. I love that handoff.
They're starting to come through, and I can't stop them.
Exclusively in movie theaters.
At BK, the Italian original chicken is back and in the 2 for $6. Thanks to Pete Newbacher. Crispy chicken, marinara sauce, and melty mozzarella. Because of him. For Pete's sake, the Italian original chicken sandwich is back in the 2 for $6. Pete's way better.
Welcome back to Blacksburg, where it is time for Food for Thought, brought to you by Food Lion.
Look at this execution right here. The on-ball screen. There's no help. Post defender. Pick and pop. Lido gets a wide open look from 3.
And there you see the division ranks. They are Division 1 ranks, 8th in the nation, hitting on average 10 per game. They have 8 of them missing games, 6 of them from Aisha Sheppard alone for Kenny Brooks' team. And with this 5-point advantage, even though Elizabeth Kitley is stuck on 2 points, is leading scorer before Aisha Sheppard deciding to come back. Felt there was unfinished business, could have entered the WNBA draft, I think would have been drafted, but has decided to come back. And boy, she is just a treat to watch.
Tennessee's changing up their defense. They come with this little extended 2-3 zone. Now, they did this against Texas in that overtime win against Texas, and it changed the momentum of the ball game.
See if he can do just that here. Baines, nice look into Kitley, who got hammered.
I really like that look. Again, the coverage responsibility for that high post, middle of the zone area is Tamari Keys. So if you flash somebody there, she's got to be aggressive with that. She's got to come up and help, and Kitley gets an easy look.
Second foul on Key. Now remember, Elizabeth Kitley, folks, is hitting just 37% of her free throws on the season. Well below her career average. Coach Brooks says he tries not to get too much into her head. Says she hits them in practice.
It's free throw is one of those things that, especially when you're struggling, it's in your head.
The huddle in our head. We love football, and they're going to break down all the ACC-bound teams, and their matchup coverage starts at 8 Eastern time right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. One app, one tap, and bless her heart, she missed them both. Steph?
Yeah, it is. When you get in your own head, and when you're one of those players that overanalyzes, as Liz Kitley is one of those players who analyzes everything that she does. And you gotta believe that she's going to find her way through it.
And he told us that there was a drill where she went in there and hit like 27 of 28 free throws during practice and was upset that she missed the one, and then here in the game she just missed 2. Very intelligent. Now from the outside, rims out. Kitley was a 4.0 student in pre-med. It's a real major. Here's a 3-point shot, well off the mark.
As opposed to what, Cam? Huh?
Well, I took. More nice look into Kitley, but boy, Key's right there. But that's the 3rd foul on Key.
Well, that was a great look, and Kitley was really poised in that possession. She could have went straight up with it. She saw she had the advantage. Go to the other side. Use the rim as a screener, per se. And that one dribble gives her time, gives her a little bit of space. And now a big decision for Kelly Harper with Tamari Key and 3 fouls.
Yeah, and you saw in the replay, nice look, that she did get quite a bit of her arm. So the 3rd foul on Key. Kitley, oh gosh, 0 for 3 now from the line. Key doing a better job lately of staying out of foul trouble. That's the most fouls on this team, the only one to be fouled out. Now sitting on the bench with 3. Baines with the offensive board goes right to it, but Puckett was able to get in the way. Remember, Key's out of the game. And able to get her hands up.
Shuffle before the dribble.
And let's see what happens on this end of the floor now. Elizabeth Kitley, the key, out of the game. Kelly Harper again concerned about the lack of post depth, and she told us she was very concerned when Key was not on the floor that Kitley could really do some damage. And you see the difference of Green and Saunders. Offensively not close, but it's defense really that is the key.
And in the first half, Tennessee used Emily Saunders, 6'5", backup center of her length. And in the second half, choosing to go with Green.
Keegan Green, 6'1", out of Philadelphia, one of the Liberty transfers on the floor today. Amor, that's a tough shot. Kitley able to get the rebound and was tied up. Nope, they got a foul. Women's basketball and men's basketball doubleheader. Elisa Kinane and number 2 NC State and Pitt to take on the Panthers at 6 Eastern on Friday. Then it's Louisville DePaul men. Both games right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. That one tap yet NC State right behind South Carolina in the national polls. Kitley at the line again. And a big cheer from the fans at Blacksburg. You know that one of their best players has been struggling from the line this year. Gets them both. She missed her first 4 free throws before she nailed them both there. And it extends the lead out to 7.
Tennessee has to get Jordan Horston involved, and I like the way that Virginia Tech is playing her on the on-ball screens. They're icing her or downing her. They're not allowing her to come off of the screen. She's dangerous when she can use those.
Yeah, that's a great point about Horston, who has been an offensive threat but has not hit a shot today.
Hasn't hit a shot, hasn't had much opportunity, saddled with that foul trouble in the first half. Comes back in the second half and really needs to be aggressive and try to find a rhythm.
3 fouls now on Lytle, and then Amor called for one out on the perimeter. Team Hairston leading this team in scoring, just under 18 points per game coming into this season. Reigning SEC Player of the Week, the foul trouble and hampering her playing time. Tennessee's drought has hit over 3 minutes.
And look at how stagnant they are. Cuts aren't sharp. You've got 1 or 2 players moving. Intensity not quite there offensively for Tennessee.
With the miss. There's intensity on the sideline for Tennessee.
There sure is. And, you know, one of the things that Kelly Harper talked about when she talked about her team, are we where she wants to be in year 3, was the grit and the toughness. And that comes from her. She's a gritty, tough coach, gritty, tough player.
Sheppard missed the acrobatic attempt. Puckett decided to forego the shot, and now inside for the bucket. It's Green.
Good look, pushing pace in transition. Kelly Harper talked about we got to find ways to score in transition. We're getting better offensively, but we've got a long way to go, and transition buckets is one way that she wants to continue to get better.
Aisha Sheppard, who has been terrific from 3, gets the handoff and decides to drive right to the hoop and gets it. Man, she's quick too.
She is, and that was a really good read. You know, she's playing with great pace, and she's been hot, so she could take the pull-up and did a really good job of reading the open lane and finishing inside.
And that's a weapon too, right? Knowing that she could hit from the 3, then all of a sudden she puts it on the deck and she blows right by you.
No question. And Kenny Brooks talking to us about the fact that he wants her to attack off the bounce a little bit more. Don't settle for the outside shot as Jordan Horston gets herself involved on the offensive rebound.
That's right, and that's her first field goal of the afternoon. Kelly Harper gets a timeout now. Her team down 5 late in the 3rd quarter. Welcome back, ACC Network Basketball. Virginia Tech leading number 11 and unbeaten Tennessee by 5. We take a look at the SEC in the top 25. South Carolina right ahead of NC State. in the top position in the national polls. You see Tennessee at 11, Kentucky, A&M, and Georgia. Georgia, though, going to drop, I think. They just lost to Georgia Tech in the ACC. ACC schools in the top 25. Talked about State. Louisville looking great so far this season. Notre Dame lost to UConn today, and Florida State just hanging in there in the 25th position. Now the timeout. Aisha Sheppard left it short. One of her few misses from 3 today. Tennessee slowing it down. Jordan Horston with the ball in her hands. Good size out there at 6'2". Green can't get it, and now Tech with plenty of time. As Amore rushes up the floor, which is usually what she does. She does a lot of rushing and loses the ball.
Yeah, and that's one of these teaching moments right there for Amore. Know that you have that last, you want to get that last shot of the quarter. If you have a layup, of course, you'll take it, but no time and score.
Remaining seconds, can Tennessee score? Yes, they can. That was Brooklyn Miles, the freshman, hitting it. Aisha Sheppard, you take a look, compared with Jordan Horston, who's the leading scorer for Tennessee. Some foul trouble today, just 4 points so far for her. Horston averaging a double-double on the season, but Aisha Sheppard, the best three-point shooter in the history of Tech, and creeping up in the all-time points list, really making her impact known on an off day for Liz Kitley, who only has 4 points and has missed 10 of her 11 shots. They try to get it into Kitley and turn it over.
That's the right idea, but really good rotation by Jordan Horston.
And underneath, Puckett, the freshman.
Again, Tennessee in transition, trying to get some easy looks. Puckett does a good job of running the floor.
Puckett with 9 points, picking up some of the slack this afternoon. Cuts the lead back to 3, trying to get it to King, who almost exclusively shoots threes, but was bottled up and turnover.
I like the idea of Virginia Tech using Sheppard and Kitley in the on-ball screens right now. We're going to see right here they're going to call an illegal screen, just running into the defender on the handoff. But Sheppard has been deadly off of the on-ball screen, knocking down those shots. It forces Tamari Key to come up. Maybe you can get Elizabeth Kitley some clean looks.
Baines now with 3 fouls, along with King and Lytle for this Virginia Tech team.
It's like a little bit of confusion on offense for Tennessee. Everybody on the same side of the floor as Key takes it to the other side.
Able to avoid Kitley. It's an 8-0 Tennessee run. And they're back on top. Trying to stay unbeaten this season. Goes through the lane. Yep. That's what she does.
That's a great look. When you have a point guard who can really work that baseline and understand how to see every person on the floor, so good, finds King.
She's made 115 shots in her career, and all but 8 of them have been threes.
I mean, again, watch Amore. She just has her eyes on everybody. Eyes up, heads up. Delivers pass on time, on target. So much about getting the ball to a shooter is you got to deliver it in the shooting pocket. You got to deliver it on time.
Amore did both of those things. Good result. Key taking it right to Kitley again, this time with the left hand.
And did you see Tamari Key calling for that ball? She was calling for that ball. We're seeing the evolution of her on the offensive end of the floor. She has been a defender and rebounder her first couple of years at Tennessee, and now if she can be a dominant, dynamic scorer, Tennessee's going to go really far.
Just averaging about 9 points a game. 10 this year. Now a chance for a 4-point play. King hits another 3.
She was fouled on the shot and will attempt 1 free throw.
When you're a great three-point shooting team, it can change the game. And King knocks it down, gets an opportunity for an and one. If you're Jordan Horston, you got to be a little bit more disciplined there, right? You can contest that three-point shot, but you have to be able to contest without fouling.
And the best three-point shooter in the conference goes to the line, and to add insult to injury, that is personal foul number 4 on Horston. Really came scoreless until the last minute or so, and now she's got 7. Importantly for Tech, they're on top now by 4. Here you see the double comes from Sheppard, passes out of it, Horston missed badly.
Felt like Horston had an opportunity to make that extra pass on that possession. The ball goes inside, the double team comes, and she's trying to find a rhythm for herself right now.
Gives the ball back, and we remind you that on Saturday we have a women's and men's doubleheader. We will have Syracuse and Clemson for you. Women's game at 6 Eastern, followed by North Carolina and Elon 8 Eastern Saturday on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. There's Saturday game for us. It's Sundays, right?
Right.
Tennessee hitting from the outside.
Well, Jordan Walker's been big for Tennessee. She's been consistent offense. That's her first bucket of the second half. But if Tennessee can find, again, other scorers, offensively they've struggled for much of this season. Another foul on a jump shooter.
Walker, who just hit the 3. She's 4 for 4 from distance, by the way, as Walker, but fouls Sheppard.
Well, this play has hurt Tennessee all night. She tries to get up there to contest, has her hand low. Again, I'm not sure why Tennessee's not chasing over the top of that. And each time they're trying to go underneath, and Sheppard has made them pay time and time again.
And that's the second time they have found a three-point shooter in the last minute. For her master's degree, came back for this final year, and Coach Brooks said he was cool, calm, and collected when she told him, but when the door closed, he said he did a little happy dance. He said parts of his body moved that he didn't know could move. He was so happy. And I don't blame him. I mean, we're all seeing just how talented she is, and she definitely could have gone pro and made an impact.
Well, you want to, as a coach, make sure that your players, explore all their options, that you give them all of the information. But when you're able to bring a player like Sheppard back to a team that made a really good run last year, how exciting is that for coach?
He just lost it. 27 points for Sheppard. That's a new season high. Going for 30, just a little bit too strong, but a nice chase down by Baines.
Timeout
Taken. Patty Brooks' team up by 4. Fueled by a lot of three-point shots and a great play of Aisha Sheppard.
Pets are family, and we know it. So rely on the experts at PetMeds for the exact same medications as the vet, but for less, with fast free shipping and our 100% guarantee. Visit us at petmeds.com today.
And Doug.
Superpowers from a spider bite. I could use some help showing the world how Liberty Mutual customizes their car insurance so they only pay for what they need. Did it work? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters December 17th.
ACC Network Basketball is presented by Food Lion, official grocer of the ACC. Nice shots on campus at Virginia Tech, and Friday night, Beth Owens did make history, the first play-by-play voice for a woman on an ESPN NBA game. There have been local broadcasts and teams that have hired women in years past, but Beth breaking through. The former, I heard she was pretty good point guard at Lafayette.
That's right. Pretty good point guard.
We love point guards.
It's exciting. Of course, yes.
Virginia Tech dialing up a 3 as soon as we come out of break. Goodness, Aisha Sheppard is at a cool 30 points right now, but Key comes right back for the Lady Vols.
That was great execution out of a timeout for Virginia Tech, and then Key, got to keep her off of the offensive glass.
He has gotten the better of Elizabeth Kitley in that much anticipated matchup between the two 6'6" centers.
Now coming to Lady Balls. So number 2, Alexis Dye.
Well, Kelly Harper has to.
On the perimeter. Go ahead, Steph.
Kelly Harper has to be excited about the way that the key is progressing on offensive end of the floor. You need a go-to player in the inside. She's become a willing offensive player, asking for the basketball, much more aggressive, pursuing offensive rebound opportunities.
Been such a threat with that size at 6'6", doing great defensive work on Kitley. Sheppard with the drive. He comes up with the rebound. Now the post up for Puckett, the freshman. She's been really aggressive offensively today.
And she has, and Sarah Puckett's a player that Kelly Harper is really excited about, a skilled player, a tough player who's a gym rat, really starting to come into her own.
And the Puckett bucket has tied her career high with 11 points.
How many times can you say that in a row?
An opportunity to tie this game, or at least get to within one for the Lady Vols. They go right back to Puckett. Bucket. It's a 1-point ball game. This one, Virginia Tech gets a little bit of breathing room. The Lady Vols storm right back.
Well, Tennessee has had success when they've really pushed the pace. So when they've been able to get stops or long rebounds, get out in transition, get the ball moving.
Sheppard, hot hand, just a little bit too strong. And now Tennessee can indeed take the lead as we approach 4 minutes to go. Puckett with a new career high in scoring. Key foul.
Sarah Puckett does a good job of getting position inside, taking advantage of a mismatch. And then watch the left hand right here, the little left hook going in for 2. Great touch around the rim, great feel for the game.
Right back to her. And Puckett on a little personal run has given Tennessee the lead. Tennessee scoring the last 8 points. Kitley not even looking to shoot. Reposts. And now the fadeaway, tough shot off the mark, chased down by Baines, but Puckett with a great hustle play, took it away. The freshman making an impact here in crunch time.
Tennessee's no stranger to fourth quarter comebacks. Have done it before this season multiple times. Really taking their time. And look, Sarah Puckett's a go-to right now. They're trying to get her the ball.
Yeah, Baines fouled her with just 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
13 foul. Checking in, number 24, Emily Lytle.
With 20 seconds on the shot clock. Horston working against Kitley. Like that matchup, Kitley got a hand on it. And then a foul. I think they're going to get King for Tech. He has scored the last 8 points in this game to take a 1-point lead.
Timeout for Virginia Tech. That was a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. We will be back. This nail biter in Blacksburg. Jess Roy hosts a 3-day weekend traveling to ACC college towns, letting you know where to go, where to eat, what to do, everything. All the hidden places. Tuesday night, she'll explore Clemson, South Carolina. 7 Eastern right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app, one app. And what is Stephanie White joining you in Blacksburg, where Virginia Tech is down by 1. Tennessee is rolling. That time it's Horston.
That was a heck of a shot by Jordan Horston. She didn't have a lot of space to operate. Virginia Tech playing her in that down, icing on-ball screen.
They were down 7 after Sheppard's 3. Now a 10-0 Lady Vol run. And they take the ball away. Virginia Tech hitting the drought at the worst possible time.
What an outstanding job Tamari Key has done on Elizabeth Kitley inside. Nothing has come easy. She's got her hand on a lot of balls. She altered so many shots.
Hawkins, Tennessee's friend right now. Off-balance shot that went in for Horston.
Jordan Horston can get hot. She can score. She's been quiet for most of this game, in foul trouble most of this game, but she's coming alive in the big moment.
Yeah, out there with 4 personals and hit that off-balance shot. Now Amor trying to get something going. The shot clock winding down. Amor. Step back 3. They needed that in a huge way.
Good poise by Georgia Amor. Didn't get rattled, didn't speed up. Little sidestep, step back, knocking it down. Big shot.
Just a 2-point advantage now. Key posting up hard against Kitley. Pocket. Misses. Kitley went down. Key got the bucket.
Well, Tamari Key has been huge. She's been huge on the defensive end for Tennessee. She's been big on the offensive end for Tennessee. The offensive rebound. Great focus. It's not easy for a lot of bigs when you're 6'6". There are people around your knees, people around your ankles. Good focus to be able to finish that play.
That was on Kitley, who hit the deck. Timeout taken as Key missed the free throw. Key has hit all 4 of her shots in this quarter. That last one gives them a 4-point lead with just under a minute left to go. But it's the freshman Sarah Puckett who's been huge in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, she really has. 15 points in the ball game, but she had a little run of her own, getting the ball inside in transition, utilizing her size when she's going to get smaller defenders. Right there, that little screening action on the out-of-bounds play. She's just a good fundamental player, and one that Kelly Harper thinks is going to have such a bright future at Tennessee.
A 6'2", true freshman from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. And Puckett with a new career high in scoring with 15 points. Key part of that 12-0 run that brought Tennessee from 7 down into the lead here in the 4th quarter. Virginia Tech, meanwhile, relying heavily on the 3 ball, have gotten a little quiet from the outside, and revisiting Liz Kitley has missed 11 of her 12 shots this afternoon, does have 9 rebounds, but just 4 points for Kitley, who usually averages around 20. There's your reset. It's one timeout for Tech. Possession arrow in favor of the Lady Vols.
You mentioned the struggles for Liz Kitley, and Tamari Key is a big reason why. She's been disciplined. She's stayed out of foul trouble. Went out with 3 fouls early, but came back and has been extremely disciplined on the defensive end. Has made life very, very difficult for Kitley inside.
And Kitley's not going to run across too many players of her size and skill. They're throwing at 6'6". Amor, little hesitation, dribbles into trouble. Sheppard guarded well on the outside, puts it up. Rebound, Key. Who else? Big rebound for Tamari Key. Virginia Tech electing not to foul right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Going to try to get a good defensive play, call a timeout on a rebound, advance the basketball.
Two possession game, I should say.
You don't want to foul there.
No, that's the thing, right? 8 seconds left on the shot clock, and then you foul.
Yes, if you're going to run it down, if you're going to let them play it out, you don't want to foul with 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Kayla King has just fouled out of this game for the Hokies. Leaves with 7 points, had a couple of threes. Tennessee scored on 9 of their last 11 trips down the floor to take this lead.
Going back to the electing not to foul, the way that Tennessee as a whole shoots free throws, you would think foul early in the shot clock, take your chances. As a team only shooting at 58% from the free throw line.
Another team has been lighting up from the free throw line this season. Here's Horston. Right on cue. Misses. 69% from the line on the season coming into this game. Got 1 out of 2. Virginia Tech has called a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here with them up by 5. So what do you think Coach Brooks is going to draw?
Well, they just have to get a quick score. So whether that's a quick score at the rim or a quick shot, and then you have to talk about what we're doing offensively and defensively. No timeouts right now. So if we get a score and a foul, and then what are we coming back with? So there's multiple things right now that Kenny Brooks has to talk about in this huddle, but first and foremost, most important thing, get the ball inbounds and get a shot up quickly.
They've been outscored by 8 in this quarter. Both teams shooting around 44-45%. Three's a big story coming in. Tech has hit 12. Tennessee has hit 5.
Make some noise for your Virginia Tech Hokies.
But they need, as you said, Steph, a quick score. Amore gets it in. Sheppard back rims it. Chases down the rebound, but there's a but, and that is there was a foul on Emily Lytle.
Emily Lytle, fourth personal foul.
Disappointment showing on Kenny Brooks. His team has won 63 straight home games against non-conference opponents. And tough test, obviously coming in unbeaten at number 11 in the country, Tennessee. And it's down the stretch where the Lady Vols have gotten quality work from Puckett. Key has been tremendous on both ends of the floor. And we're about 20 seconds away from leaving Blacksburg with the W.
Jordan Walker's been a big reason why. Jordan Horston had a little spurt.
That's going to be encouraging, right?
It is, it is.
3 players in double figures. Horston with 9 points. Key again. Tamari Key, we talked about that matchup coming in. Key against Kitley. And on this day, Tamari Key easily won that battle.
She sure did. She was big from the opening tip, just keeping Elizabeth Kitley off balance, doing a great job of using physicality, using her length. And then in the second half, really beginning to become more